Welcome to D20 Deathmatch! Welcome to D20 Deathmatch! Woo! Back again in the Dread Fortress. The heat rising from the lava, contrasting with the cold stone of the Dread Fortress's interior. The Arbiter makes his way down a long corridor, noticing the sounds of clanking and bangs of metal coming from somewhere around the corner. What's happening over there?
Oh, good. You're here. Get in here. Get in here.
Grandmaster, what are you doing?
And as you enter the room, you notice giant steel tanks have now filled what you thought was a storage space back here. The Grandmaster has just piles of wheat and just, I think I got all the wrong things. I don't even know if this is right. And she's just on the floor, pipes here and there, papers written about.
What is all of this?
Well, I thought that I would start by expanding into another little hobby, a side business. And I thought, how hard could it possibly be to start a brewery? And so I ordered some things, but I didn't really, they just said, oh, here's a brew kit. And I ordered it, and I feel like I got the knockoff version or something. None of this feels right.
Grandmaster, you know that we already have a brewery in the Dread Fortress, right? From the last time you wanted to start a side business?
And her face is just blank as she's trying to remember the many hobbies that she has picked up over time.
Yeah, it was like it was last fall sometime. You were saying, hey, I want to start a second business. People like beer. We built the whole brewery downstairs, below the kitchen.
Did I give it a name?
I don't remember. I don't know that we ever got that far. I think you lost interest somewhere around the second or third day.
Oh, no. I remember. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Is all the equipment and everything still down there?
It's been fully operational the entire time.
And she kind of kicks the things out of the way and stands up. Gosh darn it, why do we even have half this stuff here?
I'm sure, maybe you can expand the expansion. I'm sure there's space for another tank or two or three or whatever this is.
This will not be a hobby that I give up. I'm going to do this one and I'm going to stick through it this time. Good grief.
Well, that sounds good, but maybe we take a break and do a death match, watch the people die, and then maybe come back to it with fresh minds.
I like it. I've heard if you take moments and intermix back and forth with your different hobbies, that it kind of allows the creative juices to get going. Yes, no, I like that, Arbiter. Tell me. Okay, yes, my first hobby and wonderful business that has succeeded, right? The arena, D20 Deathmatch. Tell me. Have you brought two worthy champions for tonight's show?
Grandmaster, worthy is always subjective, and, we've had our shares of, surprises, but I think these guys are going to be pretty good tonight. So, as the Arbiter rips open a portal, let me introduce you to your champions for the evening.
Yes.
Bruce Scorchtail versus Dewdrop Grizzleby. Bruce Scorch.
Welcome.
Bruce.
Hi.
Hello. You look very fancy. Bruce Scorchtail, present yourself to the Grandmaster.
How you going, guys? I'm Bruce, and I'm here for some R&R, right? That's what's gonna happen. And I've got my nice poncho on for my holidays, and I'm ready to go. I'm a Herringon, and I like fire a lot.
You and I have that in common. I also like fire, so I'm interested to see what you've got. All right, Dewdrop.
What is this?
What do you mean? What is this? You're going to fight this fairy to the death.
Arbiter, did you not tell
I told
Bruce
him.
Scorchtail?
I told him. He signed the documents.
a chance. You can use fire all you want, and an opportunity for you to prove yourself for anything that you want.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm game. Let's go.
Very well then.
Well, you're easygoing. Dewdrop, tell me.
Yes, hi, hello. I have I've been studying quite a bit of the melee tactics that are expected of me. Hello.
I'm sorry, the what tactics?
It's called melee. It's pronounced differently in different languages. Yes, melee.
If you've only ever read it, you could pronounce it however you want. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm here to fisticuffs with a rabbit.
You here to what? A rabbit?
It's a colloquial term known as fighting.
Take a guy out for a drink first, all right?
I would actually like to do that, but apparently there are rules which I've jotted down and I have some thoughts on.
Well, I've got my party poncho on, so we should just head out afterwards, right?
Please tell us what your party poncho looks like.
It's pink, and it says "party on" it.
Oh, that's
On the front or back?
On the front, and it's got purple ghost flames in the background.
Beautiful. Beautiful. One of a kind.
I think it might be a little difficult for you guys to go out, considering one of you is about to die. You know, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, my word.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, right?
That's true.
You good, mate? You good?
You did say that you wanted a drink, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe we should take him to get a drink.
Arbiter, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think that that I am thinking exactly what you're thinking, Grandmaster.
Let's find out if this is true.
As the Arbiter opens a portal, and you just get the stench of wheat and barley and all sorts of grain. Oh, if it wants to load. Oh, sorry.
Welcome. Perfect. I remember this now, and the Grandmaster's eyes are open, as if this is like her visiting a dream, a hobby that she had clearly forgotten about in months' time. And she walks around the giant vats. Yes, this was the brewery that I had started. Over there is one of the tanks, and you can see some of the ingredients over there. Go ahead, everyone, take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, it's warm and delicious to the taste, and it is everything that you were hoping for. Clearly, something is delightful and brewing very well. Welcome, my champions. There are drinks here, but they're not quite ready. Perhaps we'll be able to bottle some or by the end of this fight, yes? Take a look around, and as you do, you notice that there's very intricate pathways all and around the barrels. Up high, the tank's 30 feet in height. There's even a walkway up there as well, with opportunities for you to peek in and see the batch that is brewing at that time. A chance for you to just take a small swift, or maybe take a small dive if you desire. Now, remember, I do hope to actually make a business out of this, so don't ruin any of my batches. And with that, the Grandmaster will fly high into the sky, and she will look down on the two of you yet again. Bruce, Dewdrop, I have brought the two of you here to bring great battle, to turn my brewery into also an entertainment space, drinks and a show, which is ultimately how I'm trying to expand my hospitality business. So I ask of you to give me something great. Show me something beautiful, so that way we may have amber drinks and blood flowing alongside each other. And she flies higher still, and as you notice up above, there is no ceiling, yet an open and transparent space where you notice crowds of acolytes cheering and screaming for your name. Already, they have summoned multiple chaotic events, clearly in high anticipation for tonight. We are not ready. It is perfect. and she will take her seat next to Doug the Pug. First, we will get the two of you seated, and then we will quench the thirst of my acolytes. Arbiter, get them situated.
All right, champions, roll me a 1d4. You can find that in the little chat bubble at the bottom. Yeah.
Where am I looking?
Look at the top right. There's a little next to the fist. There's a little chat bubble icon, and then if you go all the way down, you'll see the you can roll dice individually at the bottom of that.
Okay.
So you'll want to click on the
There you
diamond shape
go.
or the little
All
triangle.
right.
All right.
Do
Hey,
drop
my
with a
brewery's
4.
only 98% loaded.
Oh, really? You may try refreshing. Let me.
Oh,
Did it just go?
yeah. I'm good. I
All
can
right.
see again.
Perfectly. All right, roll me another d4, champions.
A 4 and a 3. And then we have, a 2
All right.
and a 3. Nice little mix up here, taking our spots on the map.
A 3 and a 2, and we've got Dewdrop. It's going to be in a 4 and a 3. Oh, fancy. That'll be down here, so you all actually don't have a complete line of sight on each other. You can see them around the corner here, but you are across the map a little ways from each other, standing roughly 80 feet apart at the moment with a large drop here of barrels that are stored for the Grandmaster's ale. So with that, I also need you both to roll initiative. If you click that fist icon, there will be a die to roll by your name.
Next to the chat log button.
Ooh, Bruce with a 26 and Dewdrop with an 11. Let's go.
Perfect. Perfect. You know what? Before we get started and you begin your little initiative, Bruce, I know you're dying to get started. Don't let your tail get on fire. To begin, let's start with those chaotic events. I'm going to have the both of you roll a D20, but Dewdrop, let's have you times yours by 2.
Oh, I like that.
You like math, right? You're a note taker.
Well, math is just for the smart folks. I'm a reader. No, I don't do well in math.
Oh, of course. How
Of course.
silly of me to assume. Oh my gosh, the two of you rolled very low.
A 4, a 5, and a 2.
So we have from Dewdrop a 9 and from Bruce a 2. Oh, is that sad? No, that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. All of our chaotic events are a delight. Okay, for that 9, this ground that was tiled all across begins to give a little bit. But as you notice yourself sinking, the rest of it begins to rise a little bit. If you go up a little bit on your heels, it gives you a little bounce. And if you give a good jump, you start to bounce even more, as this floor has now turned into a bouncy castle floor. Congratulations! This is now a jumping opportunity, and this will stay in place for 2 rounds. I'm gonna just take that. So for this, player movement will be halved because it will be harder for you to move forward, but your jumping height as you move through this is going to be doubled on this end. So you can jump twice as high. If you are attacking from the air, you are going to have advantage. If you are going straight at them, you are going to have disadvantage. So you can get twice the height. Movement is half. So one times by 2, the other divide by 2. And if you attack while in the air, you have advantage. If you attack while on the ground, you have disadvantage. The other one, as this ground begins to give way, up top, all along the high parts of it, you can see just the peaks of little mushrooms sprouting all along the side. It's not mold. I don't have mold growing in my brewery. These are nice, healthy mushrooms that are growing all around up here at the top. These mushrooms may be good or may be bad. You can find out if you get close enough to them. And you're lucky. We'll see. Perfect. Dear Arbiter, throw some nice little mushroom markers on there. So we've got a little bit of a bounce house brewery and some mushrooms, a little side snack possibly alongside your drink. No one call the health inspector.
Bounce House Brewery is incredible.
Hey, party on, mate. Let's go.
This is definitely not up to code. This is irregular at best.
Oh, hush, hush. We don't need any of that attitude from you, Dewdrop. Bruce, let's go ahead and have you start since you rolled highest with a 26 on initiative.
Oh, all right. First of all, I'm going to use my action to cast Druidcraft. And I'm going to grow a carrot out of the ground, and I'll pick that up and just put it in my mouth and just chew on it for a little bit and take it all in. This is a lot, guys. So my height is doubled, but my distance is halved.
Correct.
Yes. So you can go twice as high.
I can already go pretty high.
Then the sky is literally your limit. Heck, maybe you might even be able to reach the acolytes and high-five them or something.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Let's see. Gosh. Where is it? There it is. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'll use my bonus action to rabbit hop. And yeah, let's see. Can I get all the way up onto that top? How high is that?
30 feet up.
Oh, but see, how does this work? Because it says jump 20 feet. If I can jump 20 feet up and it's doubled.
Yep. You can easily make that with 10 feet to spare.
Let's do it. Let's go 10 feet up and then just bounce as I come back down.
How tall are you? As
Me?
Yeah, you're a rabbit folk, right?
I'm 6'3".
You're 6 foot.
It's a big
Yeah.
rabbit.
Yeah, those awesome, powerful legs of yours. As you push into that ground, it begins to give way, and you sink a bit before you are propelled high into the air like a rocket, clearly making that leap up and landing beautifully, if you will, onto that platform above you. Easy peasy.
And I'll take my carrot out of my mouth and I'm looking around for me mate who disappeared. And I'll just say, how you going, mate? I mean, what's up, Doc?
All
Can
right.
he see me?
And that's
From where
me
he's at
dead.
now?
Let's see. You jumped all the way up here, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, he has a line of sight on you from there.
I'm glad that you're doing this with a very different accent than Bugs Bunny, so this is not copyright infringement.
No.
Yep. All right. Dewdrop then, if that is your turn, Bruce. Dewdrop. Here we go.
Well, this place is actually incredible. I'm gonna write this down. Just everything I'm seeing. Smells like barley, wheat, hops. And speaking of hops, I'll look up at that face. And I would like to conduct research by stabbing you. I heard that's why we're here. And I would like to move forward. I have 45 movement.
You go 25.
Okay, so I'll run 25, and then can I just jump when I get there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I will. I'll do that. And I'll move here. Maybe.
Yeah, click the
Only if you want
token
to.
selector, the square.
Aha, the one I didn't try.
Yeah, you know.
Ah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll hop up and I'll jump as high as I can. Hopefully using my wings to kind of steady myself. And I'll just say, Sir Rabbit, I am so sorry to do this, but I must damage you in order to learn more of this wonderful couple we call the Arbiter and the Grand Master. I've been studying them for ages, and I will launch a crossbow attack at him.
Yes. Are you able to fly on command? Can you just fly inherently?
Not with my armor on.
Oh, okay. Dope.
I have heavy armor on.
All right.
well, if you ever want to strip naked and go for it, you can.
And to better paint a picture, this is an old, like, red-haired, out-of-shape man with, like, a monk haircut.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
Very, very retired Boston cop look.
You know, some people enjoy seeing the wrinkles. Feel free. There's no shame.
Oh yeah. It's a process. Wrinkles. It's a fun time.
You also have advantage because you are jumping.
Yes.
I will roll that again.
Oh.
Does a 16 hit you, Bruce?
Nah, mate.
Ooh.
That's
Miss.
unfortunate. Well then we'll take this, and I'll throw a dagger at him as my next attack.
Okay.
Yeah, you should try again, mate. That last one was all poncho.
How about another equally ferocious attack?
You still have advantage.
16. Oh,
You still have advantage. You try again. How?
Oh,
You've
wow.
had rolls and none of them hit. None of them.
16, 15, 16, 15. You just can't get out of it.
Clearly,
No.
you need to do more research. Come on.
As I'm in the air, I'm just like, correction on the angle. Pythagorean theorem, that's a word. All right. That's a phrase I heard. Well, I'm coming for you, carrot boy. The carrot
Cool.
kid, I'm gonna call you.
Well, if you don't
Yeah.
come up here, I can't get you a drink. So, like, clock's ticking, mate. Let's go.
And I'm just infuriated at my inability to hit him. That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, end of round number 1, a 12 Grandmaster. Also, the Acolytes have summoned Gerald, the Box of Chaos,
Yes.
as he drops
That's right.
from the sky and lands north of you. Dewdrop, as a pillar of fire, pink and purple, shoots into the sky, and from out of the lid crawls a dark, shadowy figure, just peering over with his claws on the side of the open box, peeking out at you.
Perfect. This will stay on the field until we want to take it off. So make sure, dear champions, that you take advantage of that. And speaking of things to take advantage of, both of you have now already been granted your hero points. Congratulations and thank you to our acolytes who are cheering so loudly. You hear Bruce, 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 Dewdrop, Dewdrop, Dewdrop. That one's a little harder to chant, but it's still there on that end.
Who's Brewdrop? I can't. It's clashing. Brewdrop?
That's me, you big-eared fool. You hair. You dummy. You rube.
Ow! That last one hurt, mate. Chill
You're-
out.
Yeah, I'm just raring to go. I read Melee for Dummies, and I'm gonna put it to use. Okay, I am determined.
I told you it's pronounced melee.
Damn it.
We'll see whose knowledge prevails as we enter round 2. Begin! That means you, Bruce. Start us off.
Sweet. All right. First of all, I need to work out how to zoom out because all I can see is the floor where I started.
The scroll wheel on your mouse, and if you right click, you can drag the map.
Oh,
Magic.
look at that.
Now you can see the entire brewery.
Yeah, wow, this is a lot.
Your eyes have been opened, which apparently I assume you have very good eyesight considering you eat a lot of carrots, right?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't know what it's like to not have my eyes, so...
It's a great point.
Fair.
Touche.
What would you like to do, Bruce?
Well, there's some pretty big mushies up here, so I'd like to see if I could reach one of them, but the ruler's not working.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
You should be able to get there.
25.
25. Your movement speed is what, 30?
Up on top, the ground is not the bouncy castle, so you will be fine with your full movement up there.
Oh, sweet. All right, then
But
I will meander over to the mushy.
The mushy. Okay, perfect.
There you go. And
Roll me a d6.
sweet. That's the square one, right?
It is.
Correct.
Bingo. Match the shape.
6.
Awesome. Okay. Noted. What would you like to do?
Lick it.
You would like...
That's
Okay.
never a bad choice.
Never.
It's never a bad choice.
This tall bunny leans down and just gives this mushroom a nice slobbery lick. For your next turn, you will actually have haste.
Nice.
So well placed, and we'll get this going a little bit further as you can dash and move wherever you want to. A little bit further here and there. So haste from your taste. Exactly. Congratulations, Bruce. Now, interacting with the mushroom is a free action. So what else would you like to do for your round?
Crikey, Dewdrop, get on these, mate. These are fucking ripper.
We're a big
I don't
fan of the
partake in
mushrooms here.
I don't partake in psychedelics, you silly rabbit.
It's becoming a theme.
Those tricks are for kids.
I was waiting for it. I mean, yeah, all right, yeah, I will take a running jump off of like it's the get to like here. And then I want to take a running jump off over towards Gerald.
Okay.
Making moves. I like it. There's a very good intention to prep for this battle, like leveling up as much as you can. Go ahead and give me an athletics as you do that running jump.
Athletics? Are
Yeah.
you sure it's not acrobatics?
Are you flipping and making this a nice little show?
Yeah, let's do a cartwheel and then yeah, like a handspring.
Absolutely. Bring us your best gymnast as you prepare to do a cartwheel handspring off the edge of one of my tanks.
Let's go.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, dang. 21. Beautifully. 10 out of 10. This giant rabbit runs across. Perfect. Absolute vertical as you do that cartwheel, landing on your hands, pushing off for that distance. As you start to fly through that air, you are going to make it and land perfectly in front of Gerald and the box of chaos, which is also a free action to interact with. 10 out of 10. You just... It's like when you go to the fair and you do all the free things first. Here's your free ruler and a pencil that you can use for the school year.
Oh, sweet.
Gerald gives you that for free, clearly looking over at Dewdrop the academic, who might also be wanting that free notebook, free folder.
Well, what do you have? I don't have all day.
I want you to come party, mate. You gonna come party?
I mean, that depends. What are you gonna give me? What's in it for me?
Oh, okay. So I'll use my bonus action and I will summon my Wildfire Spirit, which is a giant flaming carrot.
Of course it is. The carrot looks like it's on fire?
No, it's made of fire.
Oh, okay.
It's fire that looks like a carrot, not carrot that looks like fire.
I love that you said that like, no, of course not. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't have one of these yet. As Gerald reaches out a hand and kind of sucks that flaming spectral carrot into the box with him. Roll me a D10.
Oh, okay.
Would be the yep, there we go.
Yeah, the pointy one.
Yeah.
One.
Now roll me a D100.
That I don't know how to do.
The far right, the 2 dice.
Oh yeah. I spoke too soon.
58.
58. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I don't even know what this is. I mean, I do, but I don't know what this color means. Okay, roll me a D10.
I'm going for the record on the longest turn ever.
You're not even a monk.
It's pretty
I've
close.
still got 2 actions to go.
Okay. Okay. This, as the box slams shut and shakes and rumbles and the lid flips open, fire shoots into the sky. It's producing no heat though. As you now have a jug floating in front of you. This is an alchemy jug. It's a wondrous item. It can hold a gallon of liquid, weighs 12 pounds. You can use an action and name one liquid from the table below to cause the jug to produce that chosen liquid. Afterwards, you can uncork the jug as an action and pour that liquid out up to 2 gallons per minute. So this jug will begin, of course you can change it, but it starts with 1 gallon of honey inside of it.
It's not the liquid that I thought it would be.
1 gallon of honey. I don't make it up.
That's incredible.
All right. So I've got a jug. I'm here to party. Let's drink from the jug. And I'm going to hold it up and just...
Jug.
And me little foot's going... Because I'm ready to go. It's taking fucking forever.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Has it reached me mouth yet?
Oh yeah.
It slowly
slowly drips out. It's that's honey straight from our bee farm. We use it in our honey mead.
We have 2 of the best bee farmers that are out there. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Also,
on save?
If you have really bad allergies, they recommend getting honey locally, as that might help. So if you have bad allergies here, you're welcome.
Oh, I just go straight to the source and eat the bees.
You could try.
No, I do.
Oh.
No.
Unfortunately, there's no bees here in the brewery right now. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Go straight to the source. The bees don't have the honey inside them, Bunny. That's not how that works.
Is it not?
The honey is not inside the bees. They make it, but
they went to the hive and then just stored it for later.
it is in the hive, but it's not inside the bees. If you eat a bee, it's not like filled with honey.
How does it get in the hive if it's not in the bee?
Oh. Okay, you know what? That's a science lesson that if you survive, we might bother trying. Don't worry about it now. It's magic. It's magic.
Right. As that honey pours out and drips down into your mouth, it's really, really sticky, and your mouth, you're having a hard time swallowing this honey, and it's sticking in your fur. You'll have disadvantage on your next attack as you're just covered in honey. And just like it's fucking everywhere. It's all over your swords now and your everything else. So and you're having a hard time breathing at the moment as you're just trying to breathe through this honey in your throat.
No, mate, it's gone everywhere. It's in me fur. And I'll pull my
That's what she
paw
said.
away, and a chunk of fur comes away in my hand.
All right. Dewdrop, Grizzleby, you've waited long enough for your turn in round number
Take it
2.
away.
I've been studying my opponent well. And I will I'm gonna run right at him, and I'm gonna jump and try and get to him as quickly as possible. Try and dash.
Do it.
Jump and dash. I don't know how far I can get with that.
I mean, if you're making that jump, remember that will double on that.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you're
yeah.
jumping. You
Make
can
it
get
from
there.
the air. Aerial attack.
I'm gonna jump, and right as I get on top of this barrel here, I'm gonna say, hello, you little honeyed hare. And yeah, I'm gonna cover you with more than that. It'll be
Oh,
a sword.
mate, you need.
I only read melee tactics, not the banter part. I haven't read that chapter yet.
Grandmaster, I'm feeling uncomfortable right now.
That's fair. That's fair. Dewdrop, try again.
I'm gonna stab you.
Better. Straightforward. It's at least clear.
Ish.
I thought I was pretty clear that pain is coming.
Yes.
Hold on. Who's? Okay.
Form your question with words, Bruce.
I don't know if I want the answer.
Longsword attack.
Okay.
Oh God, it's happening.
One.
As you go in for that, it gets slowed down by the amount of honey and gets stuck in Bruce's fur. It doesn't hurt Bruce, it's just there. Stuck
Can I
in his
use my
fur now
reaction?
is
Yeah,
What?
absolutely. You
I
can
would
use a
like to
reaction.
use my reaction and throw the free pencil and ruler at him.
yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
You will roll to attack on that. Use your typical roll to attack that you have on your sheet, and then that will be a d4 plus 2 of damage for each of those if they hit.
To attack. Like if
Meanwhile-
I was using these swords.
Dewdrop, I want you to make a strength save to see if you can pull your sword back out of his fur and the honey. 27's gonna do it. You're gonna rip off a little fur, but you're gonna get your sword back.
Yeah.
Woo! 17. Does a 17 hit you?
It ties.
Okay, that is a glancing blow. It will deal half damage. That was
Of what? It's a pencil.
It was 2D. Was it
Yes.
D4 plus 2?
It's just the shavings.
One d4 plus 2. It's a pencil. I mean, you're John Wicking this, absolutely. Go for that. So if you type, or if you put in that,
Yeah, I'll just
click
roll
on
a
that
D4
1d4
there.
and then you just type in plus 2.
Oh,
All right, 4 points of damage then.
This is a horrible misuse of school supplies.
Finally, some
How
damage.
dare you?
I suggest you come back more measured.
I'll measure you. And then as my for my last attack, I'll use my short sword.
Another nat 1?
I'm sorry, but you're a loser.
This time, you don't pull that sword back. You lose it in the honey. It's stuck to Bruce right now. You could try to get it back next turn, but right now the sword is stuck to Bruce's fur.
I'm sorry.
Literacy has failed me.
It's not personal. You're just not good.
The books didn't prepare you for the honey-covered opponent. Clearly.
Did you get a grant for your studies? Because I think it's about to be revoked.
You know what? I got the promise that I would be a good swordsman. I paid a man a lot of gold to train me, and he gave me some books, and so I learned a lot.
Maybe you should have done an internship instead.
That's probably correct, but I wanted to fast track my Malay skills.
Oh, you know
Really?
what? Just go for it. It's fine. Let him have this one. Yes, your Malay skills.
Okay, anything else, or is that pathetic attempt at an attack over?
I have expended all of my energy for this moment.
Yeah, you've expended all of our energies, I think, at this point. Grandmaster, we roll a D20 for you, an 18.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. You are making quick rounds. Excellent work. And since this is the end of round 2, both of you notice that squishy ground begins to harden and that tile resumes. Nice and sharp and hard surface comes back. So, advantages, disadvantages for being in the air no longer are in place. Movement halved or doubled, no longer in place. Things resume as we start round 3.
Fight.
Okay, so it's my turn, and I'm covered in honey, and I've got a sword stuck on me, but not
Yes.
in me,
On
which is
you.
preferable. And I'm going to use the honey that is stuck to me feet, and I'm gonna just walk up that little wall on top to get on top.
Yeah, I think that we could allow that.
Absolutely. Yes, this is very sticky. You are now a wall walker. Absolutely.
I'll be like, "How you going, mate? You're having a rough one today."
I'll get you, you rabbit. You silly trickster.
Well, that wasn't very nice. And I will just hold out my sword and just poke him with it.
Ah!
Nice and gentle. Easy, easy. Yes.
All
It's
right,
like, don't do that. Don't be like that.
roll your
Roll to attack.
Uh,
Yes. Let's
Here we
see
go.
if this gentle
Oh,
poking.
no.
oh, another nat 1.
I'm sorry. 3 nat 1s in a row? Is this broken? As slow as you go in for this stabbing, perhaps the honey is starting to get into your eyes and you miss your opponent, clearly not being able to tell where he is in front of you. And then as you go forward, you actually will walk forward a little bit right off the edge. So you are going to be walking still. Your honey saves you, but you are going to be now a little bit more on the edge. So take that 5 feet and put yourself right on the outside there. Adjacently, you are still technically within strike distance, though.
Oh, okay. All right, then I will.
You
be
can
like,
tell.
well, I might need to move a little bit faster than that, and I will just lean forward and try and poke him with it.
Before you do that, roll me a D10, please.
Oh, okay. There you go.
2.
Ooh.
As you do that, you'll notice your jug starts to kind of shift around in your hands or wherever you're holding this jug, and now that liquid coming out of the jug is a half an ounce of basic poison,
Oh,
which you are free to use.
sweet. Can I just dance it along me sword as I go in for me poke?
Yep, certainly can.
All right. Let's do that then. Sword
did
attack, go.
Now you're getting into the spirit of it.
It's got this nice green glow to it now.
I've read that the louder you yell your attack, the more ferocious it is.
That's true.
23 to hit. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Woo! All right, 10 points of slashing damage. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6 on that poison.
Okay.
Damn it.
And 3 points of poison damage. So 13 total damage coming into you, Dewdrop.
First damage points on the board.
Actually,
Finally.
I was actually already injured by a pen already. So
Oh yeah, that's right. The pen. You got
yeah,
John
the one
Wick.
thing
I
I can
forgot.
believe in, betrayed by my own tools.
You can pull the pin out and you can have it now. It's covered in your own blood, but that's okay.
All right,
And,
Bruce.
and,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's me lot. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's it. See,
Alright.
that's how you poke.
It was a beautiful poking. Excellent work.
Write that down.
All right, Dewdrop now covered in honey and poison as well, and with the sword poked into you. Your turn.
Well, I can see that my practical means I'm not getting any better. So let's try this magic box. I heard his name is Gerald, the beast of the box.
What do you got?
Well, my fine Gerald of the box.
Don't
I
bullshit
have-
me. Just give me shit.
You got it. And I'm going to give him. I'll say here, and I'll give him my notebook that I write everything in.
What the fuck
Oh,
am I
you
gonna...
know?
I clearly cannot learn from just paper alone. I need something to help me kill this gigantic rabbit.
Okay, roll me 2 d10s. D10 with advantage.
Okay.
As you're giving up something extremely valuable to your fighting style.
Yeah. This is who you are.
Okay, a 4. Roll me a D100. Okay, 28.
What have you summoned?
You, as you reach in, as the box slams and opens back up, the flames shooting up once more. Poof, out floats a small potion vial. Floats over and into your hand if you choose to grab it. You have a potion of speed. When you drink this potion, you gain the effect of haste spell for 1 minute.
I will. I'll immediately grab it and just down it. I don't even care what it is.
Okay. You
Clearly, this is the power of champions.
are hasted for 1 minute.
There you go, mate. Now you're getting into it.
So you gain
All
that.
right.
You gain that +2 to your AC and all the other effects of haste as well.
Okay, nice. All right, thank you, Gerald of the box. I will use this to my advantage, and you know what? I'm gonna make this big rabbit just a little bit less big.
Whatever,
And-
just go away.
You got it, and I'm going to cast Reduce.
Oh, you meant literally by
Oh
size.
shit!
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're gonna like cut off his ankles or something. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a man of science, clearly not of the sword. I tried.
Okay, Constitution saving throw from Bruce. Scorchtail DC a 12.
Ooh,
That's not very.
you never
You
know.
don't know what his
guys
con
haven't
is.
been rolling very high. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you will resist the effects of the reduce as he tries to shrink you down into size.
You feel like your clothes tightening a little bit, like your poncho gets a little smaller, but that's about it.
A little snug around the waist.
Like you put it in the wash and dried it, and shrunk like good size or
Oh,
two.
no. This is wool. This is wool. I can't get it wet.
Oh my god.
Anything else for your turn, dude? Drop.
Well, no.
Very well. End of round number 3. Grandmaster dice roll coming in.
You know I need it. 16.
Oh, it's a 16.
You've been rolling really well. I have to say, Arbiter, I'm proud of you. And
Thank
Doug
you.
kind of gruffs a little bit and growls at you from up above.
The Arbiter sticks his tongue out at Doug.
Doug sticks his tongue out. Though for a pug, it was already kind of out. He just didn't realize it. The tip of it's dry and kind of gross already.
All right. Round number 4. Bruce. Roll me a d10 first.
Okay. 1 second.
We'll see what liquid your jug's holding now. A 10.
Nice.
Maximum jugs.
Those are some nice jugs you got there.
The jug changes from poison. It now is holding 12 gallons of salt water.
Beautiful.
Parch him. Make him drink it all, and he'll be so thirsty.
Do with that whatever you will. I don't know.
Ah, the most ironic of drinks.
Can you summon a whale?
I will turn to my friend Jerry, and I'll be like, "How you going, mate? You still here?"
Yeah. What do you want?
I've got this, and I'll just pour the salt water into the chest. You don't need to grab it. I'll just put it in there. Here you go. Here you go.
What are you doing? Stop it. Roll a d10. He's going to give you a magic item just to get you to go away.
You know that happens a lot.
3.
go away.
All right, roll a d100. As you sacrifice this jug, this alchemy jug.
No, just the water.
Just the water.
Okay.
Saltwater pools are very popular. He could probably use the water for that.
Let me look this thing up. You, as the lid slams down again and flips up, and a splash of ocean seawater mists up like Little Mermaid behind Gerald, and the potion floats out to you, and in your hand is a potion of mind control.
Oh no.
You, when you drink a potion of mind control, you can cast a dominate spell. The save will be 15 on a specific creature. If you do so before the end of your turn, if you don't, the potion is wasted. So you can choose to cast Dominate Beast, Dominate Person, Dominate Monster. I'm not gonna make it wasted, so it'll last until you use it.
The Grandmaster will turn over to the Arbiter. You know, mind control doesn't work on me because I have brain control.
Right, of course. That makes. Of course, I didn't think about it that way. But now that you say it, why exactly are we talking about this?
No reason. All right, continue, Bruce.
So as you're finishing telling me the rules about this potion, you'll notice it's already gone.
Okay.
I'll be like, "You what?"
All right, you.
And
Do the two of you
everything
not like
goes
read any
woozy.
labels? You just drink whatever's in front of you.
It's a brewery. What am I meant to do? I'm on me holidays.
That's a fair point. All right.
So, yeah, I feel all woozy, and I will, I guess, reach out with my mind to me fairy buddy up there. And are you a person? I guess you're a person.
Well, yeah, I'm a
Really?
person. I'm alive. I'm
Good to know.
I'm a real fairy. I don't.
There we go. I will cast Dominate Fairy Person.
Okay, make a Wisdom saving throw. Dewdrop.
This only works because fairies are real. Everyone, if you believe in fairies, clap.
You're hasted, right? So that's not wisdom. Never mind.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to use my Indomitable
Okay.
to reroll.
Yeah. And don't forget,
You
both
do
of you have
so.
hero points.
You roll lower.
Anything else you want to throw out there? You got anything else?
That's, I
Okay.
got nothing.
Okay, you are now charmed. You have a disadvantage on new saving throws to break the effect during this time, but we will let you roll every round to see if you're able to break this charm, but you have the charmed effect. You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities, and they have advantage on you.
Fantastic.
Makes it really easy to fight.
All right, so I can get him to do whatever I want, right?
Within reason. I mean, he's charmed. It doesn't mean he'll listen to everything you say, but he'll be friendly to you.
so many options. I didn't really think this far.
You could probably get him to like drink anything that you want, since apparently both of you have a manner to do so anyway.
He was already prone to drinking things, so yeah, you could definitely convince
I
him of
look
that.
down at me empty jug and I hang my head sadly.
All right, Bruce. Anything else for your turn, or is that it?
That's action, right?
Yeah.
Do I have a bonus action? You know what? Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna bunny hop. I'll just walk away. Little bit distance.
Okay, yeah.
You do. It's clearly easy to tell where you go as the rest of the honey residue begins to leave footprints in the ground.
Yeah, I'll go about right there. That'll do.
All right, then. Dewdrop, it is your turn. We'll let you roll at the end of your turn to see if you're able to break this wisdom check again for the charm. But right now, you are charmed, unable to attack Bruce.
Yes.
Well,
But you have haste.
yeah. I'm gonna try and think. I'm gonna use my turn to think, and I'm gonna think about everything. And Bruce is actually a pretty nice rabbit, but I came here trying to break the stigma that, you know, people of science can't throw down. And well, I've kind of failed. I think we think we're not good at that. I think we're pretty bad, actually. And I'm gonna try and get my distance and start climbing this ladder. If
Okay.
it's allowed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And as you are using your action to think, make that wisdom save with advantage.
Right.
With advantage, though. It's with advantage.
Thank goodness.
Oh, you just succeed. So as you move and as you begin climbing this ladder, thinking about your studies and how they relate to this, and you know the feeling that Bruce is a nice guy starts to fade from your mind.
That tricksy rabbit. I cannot believe that he just did that to me. I cannot believe it.
Are you feeling okay, mate? It looks like after that thinking, it looks like your nose is bleeding a little bit.
It might be, but it's probably because I'm so frustrated with you. I've tried to hurt you and I just can't. You're a rabbit.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna make like a magician and make you disappear. I promise. I swear. By science.
Science. Perfect.
Okay.
And as you make that swear, you are now at the top. You will easily make that 30-foot climb.
Oops, sorry.
Very good.
Anywhere else you'd like to go? Any rest of your movement?
Yeah. I'll since I have an extra action, can I use that for with haste?
It's
Or
a
that was
free.
the
It's a
turn.
free action to interact with the mushrooms.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to eat a mushroom. Science
Okay.
be damned. Psychedelics, let's do this.
Give me a D6 roll. A 5. As you munch down on this, you feel things beginning to change for you. And you're beginning to feel perhaps a little more normal, as you have been slowed for one turn. So your haste that you had for a minute will be counteracted and you will just be normal for your next round.
It's all I've ever wanted to be.
As you munch on that first mushroom. Any movement or anything else for the rest of your turn?
I'm just gonna contemplate since I gave my diary up to be fast and now I can't do that.
Just till the end of the next turn. It's fine. It's fine.
Never played a character so incompetent.
He's trying so hard, though.
You tried.
He's really
it's
trying.
so bad. You really just hurt yourself every step of the way.
It's like being in junior high all over again.
Oh. You know know what? Let's take a small break. Everyone, go over to your stands, get some brews, fresh from the tap, enjoy all of that. Arbiter, I say we take a 10-minute break. Enjoy those drinks as I'm trying to expand my hospitality business. Help me out.
See you in 10 minutes.
only other regret is that I never got to eat any pinata birthday candy.
And a shadowy tear drops down from his cheek.
Suck it, nerd. He's eating the last piece of candy in the shadow's face as it dies.
As he whisks away.
I fucking hate you.
Nice dice daddy. Good roll, dice daddy. That's it, dice daddy. Don't be shy. Get in there. Thanks, Dice Daddy. Dice Daddy.
Far beyond the comforts of home, past the dimly lit taverns, the gently swaying fields, the tallest snow-clad mountain peaks, and above even the golden horizon itself, lies a dark void outside of all space and time. If you're lucky, the dread fortress will call to you, drawing you out of the darkness and into the halls of the Grand Master, Elucia Skypiercer. Though retired from battle, the Grand Master yearns for the days of glory and bloodshed. She has tasked the Arbiter, her servant in all things, to curate a spectacle, a series of games to commemorate her greatness and provide a momentary respite from the dull droning of boredom. Heroes, villains, monsters and beasts of all shapes and sizes are ripped from time and their plane of existence to fight for survival in her arena. You, Acolyte, are called to bear witness to D20 Deathmatch.
You know what it means, right? The secret plan that we have prepared. The tricks we've been practicing.
I think that I have something in mind. And he's going to snap his fingers, and the dragon's eyes are just going to go lifeless and white. And that dragon is going to flip upside down. Make a strength saving throw.
It's a trick. It's a
Do
trick
barrel roll.
dragon.
Strength. Ooh, nat 20.
Ditchum Daryl able to hang on. Nat 20!
Two nat 20.
Back to back nat 20s, hanging on an upside down dragon.
All right, welcome back to D20 Deathmatch. We're picking up in the middle of a fierce battle of honey and salt water and I don't even know. Some nerd with his notes.
I will note that Bruce has been unharmed in all of this so far.
He's looking pretty good, aside from, the missing tufts of fur with the sword stuck to him.
Yeah. Little honey here and there still.
Oh, yeah, there's a sword on me.
Yeah, you picked that up, by the way.
You do have a short
Just
sword you
remember
can
that-
use.
Oh yeah. Just remember the tortoise won the race, okay? The hare always starts off, but the tortoise always wins. I'm kind of tortoise-shaped fairy, very, very bulbous.
You've got a green shirt on, that counts.
I've never met a turtle fairy.
Turtle fairy.
It's like an avatar creature.
Listen, any creature can exist in D&D. We have no restrictions. You can be a turtle fairy if you'd like.
Yeah, if you believe, you can be a turtle fairy.
I need that. I need
We
that
believe.
so bad.
I believe in turtle fairies. I also believe that this round will start. So let us kick this off. What are we at? Round 5?
Six? 5?
Six.
Somewhere in there.
5?
Numbers. You think it wouldn't be so hard for us to count to 6, but it is.
We're really
Shouldn't be
bad
hard
at
to
it.
Shouldn't be hard to hit people after 8 turns, but here we are.
Yeah,
We're all just trying our best here.
Yes.
Bruce, it
Whatever
is
round it is.
your turn.
Okay, let's get some. Okay, all right. Yeah, so me mate up there is pretty hard to see. It's pretty dark up there, so I will I'm going to try and get some light up there. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Moonbeam.
Oh, okay.
Spotlight him.
Nice.
So
Cast
there it is.
Here it is. Just
What is the
nice
it is.
little gift.
what's
There
the
you go.
What's the radius of Moonbeam?
Oh, it rolled twice.
5 foot,
radius
correct?
is 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So it should be right on that spot. Up high in the sky, through our acolytes, that moonbeam shines down into this brewery, illuminating the space specifically where Dewdrop is at. Dewdrop, you get to make a Constitution saving throw, I do believe. DC 16.
Oh, joy. Yeah. All right.
Nice, that 21.
21.
Good
Let's
job,
go.
mate. I just wanted to turn the lights on.
Oh, thanks. Things are coming up dewy. Good old Dewdrop.
Don't believe
Don't-
him. That's an
say that.
attack. Don't trust the moonlight.
I can't fight the moonlight.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
I'll fight the moon. Suck it, Yui. All right. Anything else for your turn?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's see. How far is that right there? Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to move right about there. And for me bonus action, can I rip the sword off my side and throw it to him?
Yeah.
Throw it or like dagger throw, like hit it.
Oh, I'll just toss it, and if it, however it gets there.
Roll to attack then. Yeah, you can try to toss that sucker up. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage though, as this is not supposed to be a ranged weapon.
Yeah, that's fair. There we go.
You're pretty strong though, for a giant rabbit.
It's. Come on now. There you go.
Oh. Does a 15 hit?
Misses, but it does make it up there, landing next to you, Dewdrop. So he has so kindly delivered that to your feet.
There's a chunk of white fur stuck to the side of the blade.
Covered in honey.
That way you always know.
It's just covered in honey. All right. Anything else for your turn, Bruce, as you chuck that sword up there?
No, that'll do it.
All right. Dewdrop, I believe, is he still slowed?
Yes, till the end of this turn.
Okay,
that would
still
be one
slowed,
round.
so no effects of haste at the moment, but you are free to attack.
All right. Well, if fine motor skills can't get the job done, let's let gravity do its work. And I'm gonna just jump out and try and plummet towards him.
That is fantastic. Athletics as you begin to, unless you also do some weird somersault magic, then you can make it acrobatics.
Oh, there is nothing acrobatic about this body.
It's just pure strength.
Flap harder, turtle fairy.
I may be a small muscle, but it's all muscle.
With your wings and the height you were at, you're able to coast right to him, right up to his face.
Sweet.
I'd say you're swinging with advantage too, coming in with that speed.
All right.
You will do additional fall damage if you hit.
Okay. Awesome. I will. I'll do that, and I'll use my long sword and my picked up short sword, and just double stab. So
Okay.
First one.
I'm glad you put it that way. I was worried.
Oh my god, you gotta be shitting me, Mike. What the fuck is wrong?
I'm sorry. How many nat ones have you had?
At least you've got advantage. At least you've got advantage on it.
I'm clicking the button.
All right, 23 is gonna hit, I believe. That one's finally gonna do it. You're finally gonna deal some damage in this fight. It's only taking you an hour and 17
Yes.
minutes.
Will Wheaton?
Hold on.
Will Wheaton?
I'm going to. I believe I can parry that.
Okay, yeah, reaction.
Yes, if I can find it. Where is it? It is right over there. There it is.
You can spend one of your superior dice and the damage by the number you roll. Die plus 5, right? Reduce the damage.
No. Yes.
Yep, so roll your superiority die plus 5 to negate some of this damage. How much damage was it, Mike?
It would be. I think that's 11.
11?
Or no, it's 7 because I'm using two different swords.
Okay, 7. Go ahead and roll a 1d6 for extra force damage as you come in, kind of coasting down it from such a height. Ooh, so another.
That fool!
All right, so 6 plus your 7, that is 13 points of damage. Go ahead and roll your parry. See how much this we can take off.
Where is it? Let's see.
I'm imagining this as like a giant carrot that appears and he has to chop through it, slowing down the intensity when she hits.
I've got no idea why it rolled all of them.
I don't either. Just roll. Just go ahead and manually
Yeah,
roll
I just
a
wanted
D8.
one.
Just manually roll a 1d8.
Like, what is all this dice?
Yeah.
What kind of parry is this?
Super bunny parry.
Apparently.
Yeah.
General
There we
Grievous
go.
over here just.
There you go.
Just
Okay.
the forearm slicing through it.
11, so you will only take 2 points of damage from that attack. And that was your
All
first
right.
hit, right, Mike? You got a second one?
Yes, I got my short sword coming as well.
Okay.
This one's got the hair on it. I'm return to sender, baby.
Woo!
24.
24 is going to hit.
Throw in that 1d6 of that fall damage too on top of that.
All right.
There we go.
So 10 total damage.
10
And-
points of damage.
And then for my last attack, I'm going to use I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and I'm going to use my Psionic Strike
Ooh.
using my big brain.
Woo!
I'm going to use that as a bonus action, and that's going to just try and hit you again.
Yes. Big
Got it.
brain time. Summon
and
those.
You'll see out of my little fairy brain a little dagger, just like a mental dagger.
I'm imagining you looking like a kind of cute unicorn. Are you a turtle unicorn fairy?
I am. I'm basically just a Psyduck in a fairy's body.
I not.
All right, roll that to hit then on that psychic. Oh my, 13 is not gonna get the job done.
That's fair. That's fair. But now you know the power of the brain. It's here.
That's it.
For the amount of studying that you've done, I figured something would have stuck. Come on. And she is going to grant you bless as you move forward. Use that stupid brain of yours. Come on.
You got it, Grandmaster. I will not fail you. I will not be a failure. You see him kind of starting to like sob a little bit. Not again.
It's fine. A little tough love. Sure, his mentor did the same thing.
Dad?
That's it. Let me be honest. No one gets through grad school without crying at least once or twice. So,
Can confirm.
yes.
All right, then. End of the round. Grandmaster 14.
14. Ooh, we're doing well. I forgot to add these past ones. While I do the math, let's continue into the next round.
Round number 7.
And
If you could like kill him this time, that'd be great because I'm actually out of round cards. So you just go ahead and finish him off.
That's the sort of thing that you need to tell me like well in advance.
Well, I mean, if you don't think you're up to it, I guess.
Well,
do you have time magic, Arbiter? Just pretend that you had gone back.
You know what? I could just turn back time. I think that would be great. Round number 1.
oh, sweet. Do over.
Wait. Is this a Groundhog Day situation?
I've been here before.
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing some fancy figure eights with me scimitar, and I'm gonna just walk forward.
Okay.
Swishing sounds as you move forward with this figure 8. Roll to attack. Our
Sorry,
favorite
mate.
thing.
I love that Bruce's attacks are less swings and just more him running into stuff with the pointy end out.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
What
Another
is
nat
this?
1!
No!
Roll me a d10.
Another? Oh my gosh.
I forgot to tell you. Roll me a d10. We're gonna figure out what that jug's leaking now.
This is an insane amount of now.
The jug is, conveniently leaking oil all over the ground, and as you go in to strike, you slip, and you're actually gonna fall prone with that nat 1.
Oh,
You can get
shit,
up.
tail.
Yeah, your little scorched tail is a little sore.
Sorch tail.
But your
Sword, yeah.
jug is currently
There's
leaking.
a joke there. I just can't find it. Anyway, I'll get up and I'll actually take a strike at him because sorry, mate, but someone's got to deliver the eggs next year.
You're planning in advance.
Well, yeah, Easter's no joke.
That's true. This is probably the most important holiday.
A 15 is not gonna hit. I don't like any of this, Grandmaster. These guys are pathetic. The Arbiter's gonna grant you bless now, Bruce.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well,
Honestly, it's needed.
with that, I will feel inspired and I will action surge.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Is this something on your card or are you using your hero point?
Oh, I will use the hero point in that case.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Use the hero point. You
In fact,
acolytes
then-
have granted this.
If we're going to do that, then I will bonus action. I will bunny hop. Let's see, about 15 feet away,
Okay.
like here, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as I land, I'm going to cast Thorn Whip.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Lash
And
out. Not
I'm
with
a
your
hope-
feelings, but with your attacks. Smart.
That's what's gotten me hurt so far.
Come on, mate. This is...
Does a 16 hit? Nope.
Wait, you get that plus
Plus the
D4.
bless. Plus the bless, yeah.
That's-
God
Four.
bless.
Let's
Don't
go.
give up yet.
Let's go.
Hey, a 20 is going to hit, I believe.
Hey.
There we
Alright.
go. It hits. And the crowd goes wild, even though it's a very average hit. We're all very excited for you.
It's a vine that's covered in just carrots that are poking out that dig into you.
Death of 1,000 carrots as they stab you with the pointy end.
How much damage is that?
I didn't mean to click that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's this much.
We'll ignore that.
It's this much.
11. Very good.
Well, as I said last time, I've activated my brain power, and I'm going to use my reaction to use Psionic Protective Field, and you'll see my receding hairline recede just a little bit more as I cast this protective shield.
There's always a cost to knowledge.
That's it's minus 10 damage.
All right, take 1 point of damage then.
Woo!
You guys just cannot kill each
The
other.
war of attrition.
Well,
1 to 2 points at a time. We're gonna be here all night.
well, shit. And I'm going to just drag him over. So I'm going to move him 10 feet closer. And then because he entered my space, I'll use my reaction to do a thing.
Okay.
You do a thing. We love things here.
I'll do a bracing attack.
All right, you're pulling them in.
I'll pull you with the vine, and then I'll just get out with my sword like a baseball bat and just wait for you to get closer.
That's honestly the best description of me coming at you that you could have described. I'm a bulbous little fairy.
What is that like T-ball where the ball's on a string so that way you can hit it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a pitchback. It's like
Yeah, I feel like that's this scenario. You've got your bat, and Dewdrop is the ball tied together with the thorn whip.
All right.
Okay, so I can try and hit you. Is what I can do. It's all I can do. Yeah, like that. Come on, mate. There you go.
There it is.
Damage. 22.
22 is going to hit.
That will hit me.
All right.
Roll
sweet.
for that damage. That's right. You brought him right close to you. You got him in your vines.
Yeah.
I would've
so
been-
That's
Bad if you missed.
that's one of these.
Ooh.
And then also, because I use my superiority die,
Yes.
I'll get another D8. I don't think it's plus anything.
Hey, we'll take whatever we can get. Roll that
At this point,
D8.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with anything.
Oh, no, I just want one. One.
Hurt him, kill him.
2.
2.
Boom. 13 total damage then.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's me.
All right. 13 total points of damage as Bruce swings that sword. Dewdrop, it is now your turn.
You've really messed up now, you big furry idiot.
Oh.
And yeah. And as my hair recedes a little bit more, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire,
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
which is going to be a dex save.
Nice. Good.
Okay.
And I'll flavor it as like when he hit me like a baseball bat, the lights just kind of shined out of me,
Nice.
like Pixie does.
Dang.
All right, I see you're immune to Fairy Fire as well as other spells.
You did insult him pretty well, though. So let's have you roll a persuasion, Bruce, counter with insight to see if you believe that you are an idiot. Listen, being called an idiot isn't very nice.
A lot of self-confidence.
Yeah, a lot of self-confidence.
We
You
are.
dropped with the 16 on the persuasion. Bruce, 21. You ain't no idiot.
You are
Mate,
not.
this just sounds like you're compensating.
I am not compensating.
It's not very becoming of you, and I don't think you're a good example for other turtle fairies out there.
Yeah. You're gonna be coming dead. Ah, got you there.
That's a
Yes.
syntax error. That's incorrect grammar.
I'm the smart one. You shut up. And I'm gonna use my hero point
Okay.
to try
Yes.
to try and use my psionic power and telekinetic movement
Okay.
to crash one of these barrels behind him over.
Yeah.
So I can move it up to 30 feet. I'm gonna try and this barrel behind him back here.
Mhm.
I want to drag it and try and like mind rip it at him like Magneto.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Make an attack.
Like Woodnito.
Time to get some splinters.
Just go ahead and roll your. No, just roll your. Yeah, whatever it's with your sword. It's the same number. So yeah, just roll that +9.
Okay.
And 11 does not hit.
Even with the bless, I don't think that is going to be enough.
Would not hit.
You do bring it closer, but it just kind of touches Bruce's butt, and he can take a comfortable seat if he would like.
Well, how about this? And then I'm gonna lose just a little bit more hair, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use my second wind.
Mate, it seems like that hair is finite. You might want to hold on to some of it.
You just have like one headband of hair left. Just
It's not great. It's not great. 13.
good.
But yeah, suck it. I may be losing, but I'm not losing that fast anymore.
Yep.
Guy.
Very good. Anything else for your turn, Dewdrop?
God, no.
All right, thank you, Turtle Fairy. You know, Mudcat, I finally did the math, and you actually did have enough to summon your own Arbiter Chaotic event for us. So, would you please do us the honor?
I would be more than happy to, because this is getting pathetic. As the Arbiter flies down to the over here to this brewery calm, and he manifests an axe in his hand, and he goes, let's see how you do with a little bit of liquid courage. And he turns around and just swings the axe at this tank. I need you both to make me first a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
As beer just shoots out across the floor.
Yes, like a beautiful amber fountain. The spray is massive. Even the Grandmaster holds her glass up to the acolytes. Please pour one out for the battle that has not yet begun. And she'll dump her drink out too, purposely trying to splash it on their foreheads.
Bruce, you will take half damage. Dewdrop, you will take full damage as this 10 points of force damage as this beer spray hits you, and it begins filling up the floor. And as the Arbiter goes to all the other vats as well and starts breaking them open, this beer begins to spill out up to your knees, up to your ankles, and will continue to rise. And additionally, I would need you both to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on. Wait a minute. These tanks are mine, and you roll a measly 10. I want you to re-roll that. That is a sad amount of damage. My arena is dangerous. Show them how dangerous it is. Oh my gosh, that's a little better, but fine.
13
13 instead.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. You both will fail to be a 17 every single round. At the beginning of each round, you'll make a Constitution saving throw. Every time you do not meet the 17, your AC will drop by 2 as this beer begins to into your skin through osmosis, and you become a little bit more drunk as you're just starting to drown in beer and drinking in the fumes. So every time you fail this save. So right now, both of your ACs have just dropped by 2. At the beginning of your AC, yes, correct.
Oof. So am I back at 17 then?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
I have so many random notes.
If you guys can't hit each other,
Paper.
if you're unable to hit each other, I'm gonna help you out as the Arbiter flies back up with his axe. He scoops a mug of beer as he flies up.
There shall be fear in my arena.
All right. Next, the new round number 3, Bruce.
All right. Well, there's beer everywhere, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to gulp up as much as I can and then come up with 2 swinging strikes at you.
Beer the
And-
beer. Beer the beer. Beer the beer.
Here we go. Nice.
Woo! 26 will hit. Don't even worry about that. Bless.
Okay.
That hit.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
for that
Oh,
damage.
boy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the power of beer, mate.
Goodness.
11 points of damage. Coming to you, Dewdrop.
Oh, I can't deal with all these libations just strewn about, and I can't think right.
Wait, do I not get my second attack?
You do.
Oh, you do.
I will take it then.
As the color of the
Oh,
room begins
no.
to change as
Oh,
the beer.
dear. Oh,
A nat
dear.
20!
Dear me.
Finally, a balance to all these ones that we've been seeing. Fantastic. As you go in for this light stabbing, tell us how you go in. Fight for this.
So as I'm coming up and just gargling and trying to swallow all of this beer, I kind of trip over my own foot and it just kind of goes straight through the solar plexus, and I'm like, oh shit, sorry mate, I didn't mean to. Oh wait, no, this is what we're doing, and then we get to drink, and I'll sort of pull it back out.
All right, for a critical, you will roll maximum possible damage plus your roll.
Okay, so that's 11 plus 4.
Oh. You did 9 slashing damage on the roll. What's your possible?
It's 1d6 plus 5.
So 11 plus 9, so 20 points
Yeah.
of slashing damage coming into Dewdrop here.
And then I'm like, well, this is going pretty well, so I will actually use my action surge.
Okay.
Do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, so I'll mark that off. There's too many things.
There's so many things.
There you
It's
go.
okay.
There it is. I've done it. And yeah, I'll take 2 more swings.
Do
Okay.
it. Bring blood. It adds flavor to the beer. It's probably a health violation,
Yes,
but that's okay.
I think that's a health code violation.
It's 23. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Ow. Roll for damage then.
There you go.
Ooh. Tacking on another 9. You got a second attack too, right? These things come in pairs.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
I mean, if you want.
Oh no, I don't think that one works.
18.
18
Does
does hit. Just barely.
Get out. All right.
Remember, you do still technically have bless if it comes close.
Oh, true. There you go.
Another
Some of that.
9.
You were
gonna-
really consistent.
I don't like all of that. This this hurts pretty bad. And I'm gonna use what little hair I have left to use another protective shield.
And I think I've got a bonus action.
Okay.
I feel like we only have like 5 hairs left on Dewdrop's head.
It's not good.
That's where all his power comes from.
Just those 5. These are the special 5. We all have favorites.
Yeah, I will use my second wind
Okay.
Do it.
to regain some stuff. One of these.
I like it. I like it. You're in the green, but you're like, let's play it safe.
Smart.
Very good. You add that 14 back in. Well done.
Oh, sweet. Full health, mate.
Anything else for your turn? Moving away or hanging around here?
No, I'm going to just stick around, see what goes on.
That's fair. That's fair. Dewdrop then. The turn is yours.
Okay. Well, you've quite literally stabbed me, which is not great. I read about this chapter of being stabbed is the opposite. It was a very short chapter.
You've been meleeed.
I have been meleeed. Milady.
Milady me.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my psi-powered leap, and I am going to gain a flying speed equal to twice my walking speed.
Okay.
Which is unrelated to being a fairy, by the way.
Sure.
And I'm going to go up here and just fly straight up and come straight down and just fall again because gravity seemed to work the last time. And so I'm gonna fly up like 30 feet and then just fall.
Yes. Plummet towards him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you good this time.
I'm going to catch you again. I'm going to catch you.
Okay. Roll up.
And as I get to the zenith of this climb, I'm going to basically pull out a bunch of arm hair and use that as my spell component and just say, if I can't come from my head, it'll come from my arm. And you look at his arms and it's like Robin Williams arms. It's just covered in red hair. And,
Sounds more like you've got bear arms.
Yeah. No, they're covered in hair. They're not bear.
You're a chimera, aren't you? Bear arms, unicorn horn, turtle body.
I'm like an old spud you left outside. It's just covered in nonsense and hair.
Some sort of Island of Dr. Moreau shit.
Yes. Roll to attack then.
I use my psionic attack at the zenith of it. There we go.
Okay, that is an 18 to hit. Does an 18 hit your new AC?
It does, mate. It does.
Yeah.
Good job, mate. You got one.
Yeah. That's 11 damage. 181 damage.
Plus the 1d6 of force as you fall, plummeting towards, giving us the most epic and bloody dive that we've ever seen yet on this show.
Yeah. Take that.
An additional 2.
And then I'll use my remaining 2 swords to again stab. And long sword. Long sword first because it's longer.
That makes sense. It would reach me first.
And then
that's right. The long sword would reach first.
16 is
16.
16 beats it, mate. Good job.
It matches, correct? Yes.
So yeah, that'll be 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
So halved will be 5. Very good.
Plus the 1d6 of fall. So I don't know, half of 5.
3 then.
3.
Okay.
3. We round up because we like pain.
Yeah. And then my short sword, which follows closely behind, will do hit for an 18.
That'll hit.
Done.
And that'll be 6 points of damage plus another d6.
Yes. It's a nice
4
tickle.
points of damage.
How many?
I think it's 7 points of damage. Sorry.
7 total.
7.
You rolled as minimal as possible on that.
Really trying not to hurt him.
This is
You're doing your best. Just
It's not
not
very
kill him.
good though.
animal cruelty is not in my repertoire, but
All right.
I'm trying to make it an exception, but I don't have the willpower.
Anything else for your turn, Dewdrop?
I would like a redo on life.
No, can't do it.
You probably should have
Alright.
majored in something else. I'm sorry.
What I can do is force you both to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17.
Yeah, all right.
6 noted.
Let's go.
12 will fail. 15 will fail. You guys do have bless.
Oh, yeah. All right. Got
I
that
don't
too.
think I don't think I can make it. Yeah, even with a 4, I get.
Okay,
16.
Bruce.
19,
You
16.
Oh,
Bruce, you just made it. You are one with the beer. You are not getting any drunker just yet, so your AC will remain the same for now. But Dewdrop, your AC will drop another 2 points.
oh. This is not great.
As this beer begins to rise even further up now, even further. It's so high now that it's starting to reach up to your necks, depending on how tall you are. So it's starting to lift up, and your feet even start to kind of lift off the ground as you become a little bit more weightless in that water.
In that beer.
In that beer.
I don't
sorry.
water my beer down.
In that beer.
This is quality beer.
All right. Yeah. Is it me? Am I
It
up?
is.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Round 2.
New round 4, actually.
4. Oh,
I don't know. We're all fucked up.
Yeah, all right. So I'm a cast
So close.
Flame Blade,
Ooh.
and I'll put my regular sword on my side, and then from the same place pull out a fiery one. And
Ooh.
yeah, I will try and hit you with it, I guess.
I bet you can.
With that.
Yep. Look at that. Research, baby.
Ooh.
Statistically correct.
3d6.
Fuck.
16 points of fire damage. For
Honestly,
now we'll let it apply, but the beer is filling up fast, so fire attacks are going to become pretty ineffective soon.
Oh no. That's my whole deal. That's
But his face is pretty vulnerable still. So as long
Yep.
as something's above water, above
I'll just hold
beer.
it up and then poke downwards at him.
Just-
Right on the bald spot.
It's the whole thing at this point.
in between
Okay.
the 5 hairs, they form a nice little crown of his own.
So I don't know how to rule this, but it says that I have to use my action to make a spell attack. So and
Okay.
that's a bonus action to get it out.
All right.
So do I get 2? No, that's just melee attack.
Yeah, that's just the
Yeah.
to hit for it, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what, just for the sheer fuck of it, I'm just bounce over his head, and I will just guide my fiery blade over the back of his head and just singe a little hole in his horseshoe, and land on the other side.
You can absolutely go for this. Roll to attack. Giving him a nice burn mohawk.
Oh, do I get to attack?
Oh, he already attacked.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
Just
attack.
describing
Oh,
it.
I misunderstood. My apologies.
That was pure flavor.
I
You giving
was
me
ready
the
for that.
quotation marks back here?
Sorry.
As he singes what little hair you've got left.
As if to say, hair. Like,
All right.
missing spot back there?
What?
He-
He's not moving.
The hair is taking the
Oh,
rest
he's
of your
already
hair.
moving.
It's very greedy.
Yep, that'll do.
All right, and Dewdrop, as he lands behind you, still within range. Now your hair is singed from that flame blade.
It was already red, but now it's burning with the desire to actually kill you, you big hair, ironically. I've been battling hair my whole life, so this situation's no different.
It looks like you've been losing as well.
That is also historically accurate.
Shit.
As a small dog,
Self-realization.
he might become a nice toupee if you snatch some of his own fur.
That was a good one, Grandmaster. You hear that? That was a sick burn.
Yeah,
On
but
you.
I already threw you my fur on the sword.
True.
Yep. You could take that honey-covered hair and put it on your head if you wanted.
I'm going to, absolutely. I'm absolutely just gonna... Yeah, how about that? Wearing you like a hat.
Looks very natural. It's a great look.
Thank you.
I don't think that's the
appreciate
insult
that.
he thinks it is.
As a let's see here, I'm going to just try and stab again with my my longsword, but two-handed this time.
Yes. Guide it.
What is
Be
all this
successful.
18.
extra? So an 18, does that hit?
A who? 18? 18 does hit.
Yes.
13 damage.
13
And
damage.
then I'm gonna swing it back the other way with my two hands.
You're making waves in this beer.
Is it 16? Do I have bless still?
You do.
Yes.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, 17 will hit
You're,
as well.
you're all right, mate. You're doing good. Calm down.
Nice.
17 will give
Don't
that
mess it
full
up now.
damage.
Don't get it up.
Keep
Don't get excited.
going. Your
11.
head is covered. You've got your sword in your hand. Everything is going your way. Melee away.
Melee.
All right.
I'm gonna melee the rabbit away.
11 on that next
Um,
attack.
And then I'm gonna use my Psionic Strike, and attack with a mental attack with my new hair. And I will attack again mentally.
Had that
wait.
bless.
Yep. Come on. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
15 hit.
Yeah, that misses.
15 will miss.
All right,
No
well,
dice.
you've made me really mad now, and I'm gonna use my action surge.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Feel fierce. Go
And
all
I'm-
in.
Oh, you really did it now, and I'm gonna just quick swipe two-handed 2 longsword attacks as quickly as I can simultaneously. So the first one was
Nat
Roll that
one.
D4.
I don't think with an 11 I can hit with a D4. Oh, can I?
Maybe.
You cannot.
Oh,
Okay, you cannot.
And you
Okay.
certainly
I'm-
cannot hit with the nat 1 you just rolled.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh, another nat 1? You rolled another one?
Listen, guys, out of game. This sucks.
That's a great use of an action surge there.
Enough of this. The acolytes have demanded chaos. They want violence. Arbiter, it is your turn to roll the D20 for me. Summon and satiate their need.
for violins.
Does a 5 work?
A 5 does work. Am I impressed? No, but it does work. High above this translucent sky, your moon that had peered down begins to disappear as dark, ominous clouds fill the sky, grumbling and angry, lightning dancing across it like a beautiful electrifying spider web. And as that roar grows louder, it strikes down at the two of you. Thunder twins, charging at both as if drawn to the magnetism of both your personalities. Both of you will need to make a DC 18, or you will take 5d6 of damage.
Dexterity.
Ooh. Dexterity.
Dex saving throw.
Oof.
Gift from the acolytes themselves. Woo! The 27 will save. The 11 will not. Prepare for damage.
Oh, I'm a potato. Potato with wings.
22. You will take 11, Bruce. Dewdrop, that full 22, as it begins to flow through your body. We can see that full fairy turtle bear arm skeleton as it lights up, almost shining through this amber liquid. Both of you now very singed and
I was finished
electrifying.
before, in fairness.
Yeah, you know.
This is not how I want to go out. Drowning in beer and being electrocuted is literally the worst way a scholar can go out.
Exactly how I wanted to go out. I wanted to take you out and drown in beer. This is what I've been trying to do all evening. You're making this very hard.
It's a thing of beauty.
You're a psychopathic rodent.
All right, you've action surged. I don't believe there's anything else for your turn in this round. I need.
No, yeah.
I need
the
you both.
acolytes showing you both what damage looks like. They now kindly yield the floor to you, Bruce. Begin our next round, and perhaps our final round.
But first, you both need to make a Constitution saving throw.
For round 97.
Are you kidding me?
A nat 1! You will succeed, Bruce. Your AC stays the same. Dewdrop with a nat 1 because at this point you just deserve it. Your AC drops by 4. As you become increasingly intoxicated as this beer begins to rise well above your head at this point.
I'll tell you what, this beer's pretty good.
Bruce, it is your turn to attack.
Yeah, so I'll like bring my hand down and my flame blade's gonna go out, so I'll pick up the regular one again, and I'ma just like prison shiv him underneath the beer. I've been trying to get you to do this all night.
Make your attacks.
I just want you to drink.
What is your AC at this point?
It's 11.
Oh my god. 29, 28's gonna hit.
Should I roll my bless?
28,
Roll your bless if you just want to go for that extra little bit of rubbing in.
28 will do it.
Nice.
More than double what's needed.
Yeah. If you rolled a 4 on your blast, you could have hit me 3 times. Almost.
8 slashing damage coming in.
Sounds peachy to me.
Oh, look at that. The same roll. Twice.
28 again.
I think the dice have chosen a winner.
Roll for damage. Let's find out. 8 points of slashing damage.
I'm gonna use my protective field again. I'm gonna rip off your stupid. This is. You know what? I'm gonna start to angrily rip it off, and I'm gonna shake it at him. I'm gonna say, "This belongs to you. You keep this." Clearly, it's doing me no favors. I'm gonna throw with this beer-soaked fake rabbit toupee right in his face, just. And I'm gonna cast protective field.
Ew.
All right.
Oh, wow. Only negating 2 points of damage. You'll still take 6 on that strike. Wow.
My dude. You're bad at this.
God damn it.
Okay, Bruce, anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'll bonus action and I will bunny hop 20 feet back
Okay.
when me screen loads.
Will that trigger an opportunity attack?
It will not.
Because he has the movement feat.
Got
No,
it.
it's a bunny feature actually.
Oh, dang it.
Nice.
All
Very
right.
good.
You are 20 feet away. Dewdrop, you are barely alive, but you are alive. And it is your turn.
All right. You've really asked for it now. And I'm going to swim in the beer at him.
Sure.
And I'm just going to like try and grapple and bring him down with me. Like under. I'm like, I've heard rabbits got small lungs, and just try and just pull him under.
Okay.
Who told you that?
No one.
Both of you roll a strength.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really good at these.
Strength versus strength. Let's see how this grapple goes.
Is that check or save?
Do the check.
Full on aggression. Yes.
Oh no, it won't. Oh,
Oh, I was gonna do
18 for
one again.
Dewdrop.
So close.
it
Oh,
will.
yeah.
not-
Self your breath there.
it won't load. But
Oh.
I'll just roll a d20 and then I've got a -1.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, you were kidding about strength being. Whoa.
An 8. Okay, you will be able to grapple him and pull him under the beer.
Fairy fighting power activate.
All right. How long are you gonna hold him under here?
As long as I can. I feel the lifeblood leaving me.
Okay. How many more actions?
As he does, I would like to bracing attack.
Okay, his reaction.
Do it.
So that is one of these.
Whoa.
22 will hit.
So that's
Twice.
one of these, and then a D8 on top. Oh no, I'm gonna need that D8.
Hell of a response. Bruce, you're getting pulled under, but Dewdrop, he's got teeth still. That's gnashing away. That
Yeah.
scimitar. 6 points of damage?
And then my D8 for my superiority die.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
Oh no.
That 6 ain't pretty. Plus an additional 3, making it 9.
I had 1 hit point left
Oh no!
before the superiority die. I'm out.
Before it?
Yeah.
Yes. Dewdrop, as you grab him to pull him down and he attacks you underneath the beer, as you float down into this beer, into the abyss of this beer that keeps filling up in the room. What do you do?
I'd like to just bubble out as I'm drowning in the beer. I knew you were stronger because you had all the hair in the world. And I was jealous. And I just bubbly drown in the beer and hit the bottom with a soft thud.
Okay.
As your body floats down into this amber. I'm assuming it's because your body's made of complete muscle. That's why you're not floating, I assume.
Yeah, it's just a potato. It's a
Absolutely.
very heavy, dense potato.
Yes. Yes. You had a big meal before this. As you begin to sink down, Arbiter, clear the arena.
Very well, as the Arbiter flies down and he raises a hand and all of the beer subsides and recedes back into the tanks mending themselves and reforming as he then grabs your body, Dewdrop, in his hands, and it's kind of a little disgusted at how hairy your wet forearms are. Well, like, and flies off with your body.
It's like like strips of sod grass.
Yeah.
The Grandmaster gently flies down to greet Bruce Scorched Tail, eye to eye. Here, you deserve this. And she will hand you a drink. Cold brew, fresh.
Finally! This is what I've been waiting for.
You
I mean-
have earned this.
Yeah, but Dewdrop, he was about to just pull me down and we were gonna get drunk together, but he didn't realize that I was holding me sword at me side. And he just kept going on it, and I was like, stop, mate, and he just kept going.
Well, we have no place for fools, do we?
I lose more friends that way.
Well, let me give you some new friends. And with that, she will take you high, and you find yourself soaring very quickly, almost like rocketing straight up to where you see the acolytes, all now with their amber drink in hand. Cheers! Everyone raise your glass to Bruce, our victor for this evening. May your drinks be full and your opponent's blood ever running. Welcome and good night to D20 Deathmatch!